Yeah, thank you very much. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Sorry, so many technicalities today. Thank you to everyone that's joined. Thank you. Sorry for the for we're behind 20 minutes. We're starting a GIF. You just need to get something sorted, and we start. Hi. Mm, mm, sorry, guys. Okay. All right. Welcome everyone. Sorry for the delay in this for going on live. Sorry for the delay in going on live. Thank you to everyone who joined. Thank you, Ashley, Lee. Thank you, Braids by Queens. Thank you, Aseidu Mark. Thank you, Dua Charity. Thank you, Passive Income. Thank you to as many of you that joined from across the world. Please let us know where you're joining from. Let us know where you're joining from, what part of the world you're joining from. Let us know. So basically, guys, we'll do this every Sunday across the world. Across TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. We're trying to get you on Instagram. And today's topic is the battle for the soul of the male child. Battle for the soul of the male child. Thank you, Second Foods. Thank you to everyone that is doing the like. Thank you. So, guys, we do this every Sunday, 7 p.m. Like I mentioned. Please, what's it called? Click on the screen and repost. If you're using TikTok, click on the share button and share it. If you're on Facebook, if you're on other ways, I think YouTube as well. There should be a way to get that done. So please, and always send your chats. If you double tap on the screen, if you keep tapping on the screen, if you like what you're learning, please tap on the screen. And the same thing on Facebook. I don't know how it's done on YouTube, but it should be a way. Please, let's engage. Let me see your key points. Your key point. Let me know what your thoughts are. Please write that down as the what do you call it? The stream is. Let's write your biggest takeaways, whatever it is. So I think last week we did 5,000 likes. Please, guys, let's try and do 10,000 likes today. So the more you tap on the screen, the more Facebook or whatever, TikTok or YouTube can recommend this stream to other people so they can be a part and be blessed by it. Okay. Please, on my bio, if you click on the link, I get people send me messages. Click on the link and you would see a link to have a 10 minutes free consultation. We can have a chat about your business. We can talk about any other thing that you want to talk about for 10 minutes. And on that same bio, you would see a link to my book. It's called Roadmap to Financial Freedom. Click on it, it's free. So you can have access to it. And also, if you want to join our community, send me a DM. So this live stream is sponsored by The Hair You Love, by D610 Homes, and is sponsored by Love Family Podcast. So check them out and patronize them or work with them. So I do want to apologize, guys. This today we're supposed to have a what's it called? Today was supposed to be about those that were interested in setting up care home in the UK, but unfortunately, due to some things that are beyond our control, it's been moved and the new date to be communicated accordingly. So we're going to dive into what brought us here today. So the battle for the soul of the male child. So I'm just going to go straight into definition for sake of time. So that refers to ongoing spiritual, cultural, psychological, and societal struggle over what shapes the identity, character, values, and future of boys. So I'm going to, please calm down. It's not like we don't like girls, but just pay attention. We're going to get across to that. It describes what forces, positive or negative, that are what fighting to influence who a boy becomes, what he believes, how he behaves, the kind of man he grows into, and the destiny he eventually what fulfills. So in a sense, when what it means to say the battle of the soul of a male child means the future of families, communities, and nations is at risk when the soul of a male child, his purpose, his discipline, confidence, identity, and moral direction is left unprotected and unshaped. That's kind of, I hope that gives you a kind of understanding. So those on YouTube and those on Facebook, please let us know where you're joining from and send a message as well. Thank you for Okay, Sami Autos, thank you. Yeah, watching from Nigeria. Thank you, Jelami Unicat. Thank you, and Ebony 888. Thank you very much, guys. As many of you that have joined, let me know. Okay, what does sorry guys, the title, like I said today, is the battle for the soul of the male child, and the theme is point man. I forgot to mention that. The theme is point man. The theme is point man. So I'm going to define what point man is. I just defined what the battle of the soul of a male child is. So the point man refers to the man who leads from the front. He's not leading from the back. He's leading from where? From the front. You know, both spiritually, morally, and emotionally, guiding and protecting his family, just as a point man leads a team in battle. So bear that in mind. Just as a point man leads what? A team in battle. So I'm going to talk more about that later. So I don't have that book here. I don't know why I kept it. I think I moved some stuff around. But there's a book called Point Man. Point Man. In this book, is written by a guy called Steve Farrar. So if you have a male child, even if you don't have a male child, if you have a brother or you have a father, if there's any male in your life, get that book. It will change a lot of perspective, the way you reason, the way you think. You know, I think when I was still a young adult, I had issues with my father, and we were having things were not going on well. So I went to meet my mentor. Thank you, sir, for watching this, Engineer Onyekwelu. And I explained to him that, oh, look at what the issues are. My dad, this, that. He did not talk much. Just he said, I went to a conference, and they talked about the men, fathers, and their first sons. I'm going to go for it. Thank you very much, AI. Fathers and their first sons. He talked about fathers and their first sons. And he said, go and read this book and come back to me. Guys, what I'm going to discuss with you are quite some of the things I got from this book. So hang on tight. So in this book, the author, Steve Farrar, the context, the point man is the father or the male leader who takes responsibility for direction, protection, and example in the home. So bear that in mind. So I'm going to link the battle of the soul of the male child and the point man together so that we are on the same page. So the battle of the soul of the male child is really the battle of tomorrow's point man. It's a battle of what? Tomorrow's point man. Every boy carries the potential to lead, protect, and guide. But the potential must be what? Shaped. It must be shaped. Without fathers, mentors, or role models, boys become vulnerable to confusion and destructive influence. It's very important to bear that in mind. So in that book called Point Man by Steve Farrar, he teaches that the strong men are formed early, not by accident. So if you have a desire for your son, your child, your brother, your husband, whatever it is not by accident. It's formed when? Early, from onset, from once they are babies, you start forming. When boys are not prepared, the point man role is in the home goes what? Empty. Families and communities suffer. So winning this battle means what? Raising boys who become what? Point men, purposeful leaders, courageous protectors, guides for next generation. So I'm going to talk about how this has an impact on businesses and systems and nation building, community building. So just hang on, you know. So I just want to take this as we're done on that part. The battle for the soul of the male child, and I do want to say that the battle for the soul of the male child is not anti-female. I want to bear that in mind. Guys, I don't know if you can hear me. You're watching from Facebook or YouTube. Can you send a DM? Let me be sure that I'm not missing out something. Send a message on the chat. Let me be sure. On Facebook and what do you call it? Send a message. Let me be sure that this life is still working or not. You know, this technical stuff. I can't see you. I don't know if it's on my part, but normally I would see the conversation zone. Okay, thank you. And Facebook as well. Let me know if you can see me. 1 minute, guys. Let me just double check. That's some people are not left outside. Just in case of next time, guys, even if you don't see the link, just type my name, Onyekwelu ILOGE. Thank you, Eric Moana, for joining, and she's Bull Kenchuk's 800. Thank you for joining. Yes, guys, I can see you. So we're live on Facebook, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. So please, guys, message I can see. Can't post picture. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, thank you, Facebook guys. I can see you. Thank you. Can't post messages to channel. Thank you, Innocent DB. I can see you. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I was wondering whether it wasn't working. So, guys, the battle for the soul of the male child is not anti-female. So, for those that might be wondering what kind of topic it is, so what happened to my daughters, what happened to my sisters, or the feminist people that are here, please. It's not anti-female. This message is not a preference to one gender over the other. It's an understanding that each gender has a God-given role. In the Igbo people say ekele ọla eke. In other words, that there's everyone has their responsibility. Everyone has their role. So ekele ọla eke. So everyone has their responsibility. God designed it that way. The male child carries what? Unique mandate. God designed men to lead, cover, protect, and take responsibilities. When boys lack guidance, families and societies feel the impact, not because they are more important, no, but because their role is foundational. So strong men don't silence women. If you hear any man that is beating his wife or suppressing his wife's progress or suppressing his daughter, those people are not men. The fact that somebody has what they call it, genitals or what they call it in between their legs does not make them a man. Some people have the features of a man, but don't have the mind, the mentality of men. Let it be said. So, because true real men don't beat women, and real men don't suppress the potentials of their female daughters or their children because of fear or one thing or the other. No, no, no. They create stability that allows daughters, mothers, and wives to flourish. So, any government or any system or any society that is suppressing women, that is not the design and the plan of God. That's not how God has done it. So addressing the battle against male destiny does not invalidate female struggles. No, it doesn't. Both genders face challenges that deserve attention. So the goal is to balance restoration, not competition. When men rise into their God-designed role, the whole family will rise with them. So let's bear that. We're not here to say women, no, men better, no, please. So have this in mind while we're having this conversation, so that we're on the same page and we can make the most of what we're going to share today. So, if the male child, some people might argue, oh, what this guy is saying is just talking gibberish. If the male child is not a threat, if the male child is not a threat. So, and I do want to say this: if you look at this channel, I have every right to make reference to the scripture. I have every right, because the Bible is one of the most influential books if not the most influential book on the face of the earth. Tell me any book that has the influence the Bible has. I'm looking for it. Send me a DM. I'm interested. The Bible has. So I'll make reference to it. And this channel always make reference to it. So Exodus chapter 1, verse 15 to 22. Bible tells us that Pharaoh targeted Moses. And what did he do? Because he recognized that the threats that the children of Israel or whoever will have on his kingdom. And what did he do? He ordered for the male children to be killed. Hang on, guys. Why? What happened to the women, the female ones? Why? Why did he seclude the male ones and just focus on the female ones? Because he saw the male as a threat. And the Bible tells us that testimony is confirmed in the mouth of 2 or 3. This same issue, this same scenario resurfaced itself in the scriptures again. Matthew chapter 2, verse 16. In this case, Herod was targeting baby Jesus. And for the same reason, he gave an order for every male child to be killed at the time, in the quest that by killing all the male children, the Jesus Christ that was prophesied to come will be killed as well. So if the male child was, and in that same scripture, in Matthew chapter 2, he did not say kill male and female. He said kill only male children. Only male children. So God designed male to lead, I've said it again, protect and impact generations, making him a target for forces that want to stop them. Moses was whom God used to liberate the children of Israel. Christ was whom God used to liberate mankind before today and tomorrow to come. So if the seed of Moses was killed, or if they were wiped out, it would not give the impact that he would have not fulfilled his destiny as God has ordained for him. So the enemy aims to neutralize the point man. early, very, very early. Catch them early, knowing that his rise challenges what? Families, communities, and nations. So the biggest takeaway we can take from here is that the battle for the soul of the male child is real. It's real, guys. It's real. Boys must be guided, protected, and raised to embrace their Christ, the roles that Christ have ordained for them as leaders and as point men. So let's bear those things in mind as we have this conversation. So what are the kind of challenges that the male child face or will face? Absence of fathers and male role models. So I want to say this again. I said, I know that it's not easy. I know that there's so many circumstances. I know that there's so many reasons why a man would leave his family and all that. But I want to say something. One of the things that God hates, you know when they say hate, the word hate, it's even from, you say, I hate, the Bible says that God hates divorce, hate. He hates divorce. So I want to encourage you guys, try your best. And I know it's not easy. I know that in some circumstances, there might be need to, in all cases, but it says, I hate divorce. And the Bible says, from the beginning, this is just Christ saying, from the beginning, it was not so. So God did, yes, Moses did give a mandate for man to leave his wife, but Jesus Christ said, for the beginning, it was not so. You understand? And the two shall become what? One. So try, with the help of wisdom and the grace of God, to be available. In the case where it's not possible, don't abandon your child. Don't abandon your son. You will give account of the outcome of that boy, that man, on the day of judgment. You give account. Because when you leave a boy without guidance and mentorship, what do you expect of him? What do you expect of him? How do you want it to come? Do you think a woman can do the role of a man? A woman have the, I remember what I said to you, a woman have their role. Man have their role. You understand me? Go and check a child that has both, or check the one that only have mother. The difference is always clear. Always clear. So let's bear that in mind. So what are the challenges again that boys face? Weak spiritual foundation. You know, men always relax and their wives are the ones doing all the prayers and doing everything. No. The Bible tells us that David was a priest. So as a man, you're supposed to be in territorial control of the environment. To the fact that in the realm of the spirit, if the devil look at your home, he will say, no. Let's move to another family because this guy here is the anchor man in the realm of the spirit. The demons supposed to recognize that a man of authority is in the house. Not that you reach that point. You do, oh no, I'm the man of the house. When you reach the spiritual matter, your wife is in control. The demonic spirit will oppress that home very well because the man is supposed to be spiritually in control and otherwise, you know, to take away all those negative influences. So something else that attacks the male child is peer pressure and cultural messages. Encouraging rebellion, encouraging instant gratification, encouraging wrong behavior, encouraging rubbish stuff. And I mentioned this last week. When you see that a child is braiding a hair, a man, a full-blown man, look at my hair. See it? I might not remember to barb it or comb it. It's my wife that will be saying, you have not combed this your hair. Understand me? I have so many stuff on my mind. If I tell you guys, I'm not bragging. If you look at my channel, you can tell whether I'm jobless or not. I try to post some of their content to activities. Not easy. You know, I have people that work behind the scenes to make all these things happen. And a full-blown man, without due respect to anybody, a full-blown man will braid their hair, sit down and they'll braid the hair. I begin to check what is going on here. Because I work with young people, and I noticed that when they come of 13 and 14, people that never used to talk about braiding of hair, because of what? Cultural trends, peer pressure, they begin to see them, they want to start braiding their hair. It's very important that as parents, you help, as a father, you help the child think in the right mentality. Tell the child, we're going somewhere. We're going somewhere. We're going somewhere. Anyways, another thing again that challenges the male child, and I want to say this thing, please, everything that is said on this channel is aligned with scriptures of the Bible. Everything, every idea, every ideology, everything is aligned with scripture of the Bible. So my views are scriptural based, but they will help you. If you doubt me, pick up a Bible, read it for 3 months. If nothing changes in your life, and then there might be something. But I'm so confident that the Bible can transform your business, your family, your personal life, your health. So give it attention. Another thing that challenges what? The male child is the LGBT movement, whether you like it or you don't agree. It is the truth. Like I told you guys last week, the LGBT movement, how does it challenge the role of a male child? It's simple. Genesis chapter 1, verse 28. What is the mandate that God gave to man? Is what? Sorry, dear. Sorry, guys. Some people are calling me. I don't think they know I'm live. What's the role that that God gave to a man? What? Multiply, fill the earth, multiply, fill the earth. When somebody is a homosexual, how can he multiply? You need a woman to multiply. And when you don't do that thing in line with the word of God, you have failed on that mandate that God gave to you as a man. So as a father, you start from day one, be showing them what the Bible is saying. I always say to people, and say it again, God did not call Christians, create Christians to go to heaven. No. God created people, man, to dominate, multiply, and to fill the earth. That's the intention. That's the original intention. Christ did not come for me and you to go to heaven. No. Christ came to restore us to the original mandate of why God created us. So the LGBT movement, whether they agree or they don't agree, or whether they will attack me, whatever to do, is against the order of God in Genesis chapter 1, verse 28, which is what? To multiply, to fulfill, to fill the earth, to dominate it. So truth be told, Bible says that you shall know the truth. What will it do? It will set you free. Propaganda doesn't set free. So we move on. These are some of the things that attack the male child. You know, lack of discipline, lack of structure. The inability to say to a child, no, N-O. My people say, what? Undermines what? Responsibility and self-control. Identity and what? Purpose crisis. Prevents boys from understanding their God-given roles as what? Leaders. When you want to be like somebody. When you want to be like somebody. Bible says we are made in the image and the likeness of God. Then you look at yourself, finish. You don't like your nose. You don't like your cheekbone. You don't like it. You want to go to Turkey to go and rearrange it. Why did God make it in the first place? You understand me? Look at the guy called Nick Vujicic. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name well. No arms, no legs. Imagine that guy had full arms and legs. Would he have the impact he's having today? Yes, my son might say it's unfair to God, the way God created him. Everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens by accident. One of the first chapters of Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren is what? You are made, you are not an accident. See, it's profound. Yes, your parents might tell you, oh, we were not prepared for you. Oh, we're not that. No, that book reinforces that mentality. You are not an accident. The Bible says that before you were formed in your mother's womb, not as in the womb, before he knew you. So think about it, guys. Another thing that challenges the male child is what? Emotional and psychological vulnerabilities can stun confidence, can courage and moral development. Something else again is broken communities, broken homes, unsafe environment. You know, a domain where crime and criminality, it continues to expose young men to crime, drugs, destructive habits. God forbid, man. Poverty. See, poverty is a wicked thing that system and the devil used to hold people down. So you need to fight. Like, see, you know what? I like the word 50 Cent says, get rich or die trying. That's the mentality I have in my mind. This riches, we must get it or we die trying to get it. Just like the leper guy say, why sit we here until we die? Whether we go forward, we die. Whether we come back, we die. So we must get this money you're talking about. Not for us to be driving or be flanging. No, to impact our families, to impact our communities, to transform lives. So I hope that you guys are learning a thing or two. So to raise boys into strong homes, our future point men, we must what? Provide guidance, mentorship, spiritual what? Grounding and structure, so they can lead, protect, and positively influence their families and their communities. So I want to say this as we continue, guys. If you like what you're learning, please write your takeaways and let me know. Like and comment as well. Okay. So I don't know how many of you that know, but I learned this thing from the book called that book, Point Man. In the Bible, no first son succeeded. No first son succeeded. I'm interested. If you know anyone, put it in the comment section or send me a DM. No first son succeeded. Only Jesus Christ. I learned it from that book. So it gave me, I like, hang on, I'm a first son of my family and my family. So it made me, I started wondering, if no first son succeeded, so if I'm not careful, I'll be a failure. God, look at all people, name them, none of them succeeded. Is it Cain? Is it Ishmael? Is it Esau? Is it Reuben? Is it Manasseh? Is it David's first sons? Just check it out through. Lack of discipline, lack of spiritual focus, lack of obedience, maturity. Only Jesus was the first son that succeeded in the Bible. So it is to make you know, it's to give you a mind and make you intentional. Just like the way I'm intentional about I'm not to say that I don't like my daughters or I don't do the same thing. No, intentional about my son, my first son especially, and my sons. So let's bear that in mind. Firstborn sons don't automatically succeed. They need intentional father. They need mentorship. They need spiritual direction to step into that God-given responsibility. So I'll give you guys this analogy that I got from that book as well. Look at David and Goliath. Goliath was the point man of the children of Philistines. For as long as Goliath kept taunting the children of Israel, oh, bring this, whoever is going to take me down. For as long as he did it, the children of Israel Philistines had confidence behind him. They were busy at his back, making noise and making bragging. We're so good, all that. Bring anybody. Nobody did anything until David came and struck the point man down. The Bible tells us there that the children of Israel, the Philistines, when they were struck down, David struck Goliath down. The children of Israel were in disarray. They scattered. That's what happens when a first son and the father are fighting. That's why I learned that from the book. There's a disarray. The family is in disarray. The mother, the children, nothing is working. But you'll be arguing, oh, what my father did to me. So father arguing what my son did to me, not knowing that the devil is what Bible calls little foxes that spoil the vine. Will put little things under. And the Bible calls the devil a deceiver. He doesn't come with, I don't know how many people that have seen him with horn and fork the way they're talking about. He come in a way you cannot expect and putting confusion amongst families. That's why as I'm talking right now, begin to think about people that you know. Check very well. Quite a lot of them. You see that the first sons did not do well. Check very well. The first sons did not do well. So it takes intentionality for a first son to do well. And in that book, the point man, the author said that in the book, a point man is a field marshal that always stands in front of the battle, in front, not behind, in front. And is the one that will say when they're in the war front, you say to some of the soldiers, 3 go that way, 2 go this way. Cool down, no noise, let's stay here. We're going to stay here for 3 days, lying in ambush for our enemy. That's what a point man does. So when a father and a son are fighting, a father and a first son are fighting, how can that happen? How can they strategize? How can they think towards a progress of the home? How can it happen? The Bible tells us not to be ignorant of the devices of the evil one, lest he take advantage of us. So a well-trained, disciplined son leads, protects, and inspires, while failure at the front creates chaos and losses. The first son must embrace the agenda that Christ has given to him, the role, which is what? To prepare diligently, lead courageously. He carries the battle for the entire family and the community. So this is not just an Igbo tribe or this tribe, this is how they do it. This is scriptural backed. This is evidence from scripture. So as we wrap up, I just want to end with this thought before I allow you guys come on. And let me know if you want to join, please. Let me know if you want to join, send a message. I said to you guys, why communities and nations are failing? Why? Because there's a battle for the soul of the male child, and because point men don't even know that they are point men. Communities and nations fail not because of our buildings or economics, but when men fail to stand where God positioned them. The collapse begins from home. It begins from home. Absent fathers, unmentored boys, lead to lost authority, broken values, and absent visions. You can see, sorry to say, man, you see, God forgive, it's unfortunate. You see a child, a guy, because no father, one guy will have children from 3 different women, and he's not married to them. That's a lack of the father being there to instill that this is how this thing should be done. This is the way to go about it. Imagine that guy's life and that children's life for the rest of their life. Very chaotic. You deal with this baby mama today, deal with the other baby mama tomorrow. Man, that's not a stable way to raise a child, you know? So scripture also shows that what? Enemies target male children. Remember I talked about it. Pharaoh to Moses, Herod to Jesus. So because boys carry what? Leadership, identity, and generational influence. So men missing, nations drift. So if the men are not in the picture, what happens? The nation drifts. Crime will increase. There'll be broken homes, there'll be poverty, there'll be weak what? Leadership and spiritual decline. So in that book, like I mentioned to you, the author always says that leaders, men must be what? Leading spiritually, they must stand morally, they must protect courageously, and modern discipline. You know, all manner of theories going around and all those things that man must have side chick, this and that. That's a coming from that day. But all these things are lack of the right mentorship. And I always say it. I was interviewed and somebody asked me, what role has your father ever had on you? Also, I said to him, in my lifetime, that I know what I know, I never saw my father with a side chick. Never. I never heard a rumor of my father with a side chick. I never heard it about it. Somebody never called me and said, I saw your dad somewhere with one babe. I never heard about it. So naturally, even without scriptural injunctions, naturally, I just grew up to know. All I knew was that my father had my wife and his mother, my mother, that was it. So, but if my father was someone that was jumping around, sleeping with one woman or the other, and all those things, there's a tendency for me to think that is that way. You understand? Like begets like. Like begets like. If you smoke and drink as a man, you beat your wife, there's a tendency that your children will be that way. If you are rude, arrogant, and you are a core, like a lord, when your children are coming, when you're coming, your children are just, everybody start rearranging. You are reproducing the same kind without knowing in your children and in your son. So the outcome is that when boys are trained to become point men, families are stabilized, communities thrive, and nations are restored. So the takeaway you can get from this is save the boy, strengthen the man. If you strengthen the man, you secure the future. So let's bear that in mind. So as I round up with this point. The battle for the soul of the male child is real. A battle for what? Future generations. See, when I said to you guys, think generational. Think generational. Think generational. These things are scriptural. And in this part of the world, it's mostly the wealthy ones that think about it. Don't wait until you amass wealth to think generational. No. Think generational from now, because that generational thinking that will propel the way you reason, the way you do things, because it's in line with scriptures and there's evidence. I've seen farms in this country where they hand over that farm from one generation to another generation, and that child is saying, how do I make sure that I pass this on to my next generation? A lot of this, because people don't think generational, they don't have any reason to live. That's why people can commit suicide. That's why people can do anything anyhow. If you think generational, Bible tells you that through one man, sin came on the earth. Through another man, righteousness came. Just by that action. Imagine one action. Just imagine that simple action and the impact it can have on generations yet unborn. Think generational. So because when boys lack identity, discipline, and direction, he grows into a man that cannot sustain what others have built. That's why people amass wealth and their children will just embezzle it. And in 1 week, they finish the thing, they've sold it away. But if you think generational, look at an example, Japan, a typical example. Sorry guys, let me just put my laptop to charge. Sorry about that. Please put your comments in the comment section, guys. I can't, especially those on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you to those on TikTok. Look at Japan, for instance. Many of the transgenerational businesses, some of them have survived 100 years. Think about it, guys. 100 years. You know what it means that a company stay 100 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 100 years. 200, some of them have stayed 200 years. Some of them 300 years. Think about it. Because each generation that they gave the mandate were intentional to raise men with character, responsibilities, and long-term vision. Yes, I know that some people, they give back to girls. They say, oh, their girl, their child, their daughter will take care of it. It's good and fine. But what's the practicability of that child not being divided and having a clash with their husbands or whoever they get married to continue the family legacy? It's going to be challenging. That's why you see in the Bible, Abraham said that what did you want to say? God said he wants a man child. For what? If not for anything, continuity of that name. So you don't have to own properties and wealth. The name, God designed this world to have a generational pattern. Why will you reach in your own turn and to break? Why? So I hope that we're being blessed by the thing that we're sharing. So when boys are not mentored, so look at it. I always say to people, look at I did a study on, I always talk about Japan because I did a study on them, and they are the ones with the highest number of transgenerational businesses on the earth. I did a study on them. So it is said that when the child comes back from school, he goes straight to the factory or wherever it is the parents are. So imagine that he's in primary school, and the age of primary school, I think they finish before 10. Imagine that he has been doing that thing from when he turned 5 years to when he turned 10. In Nigeria, especially amongst Igbo people, a child learns a boy learns a trade for like 7 years, and they give him freedom, and he becomes good at what he does. If he doubles that 7 years, that's 15 years, he becomes a master. He can even have boys under him. So imagine a Japanese child that was coming to the factory every time from when he was in primary 1. Every day he's coming there, seeing how the mother is talking. He's learning customer service. He's learning operations, how the operations go. He's learning how to fix issues. When the machine breaks down, he learns how to do it. He's learning how to work sales and marketing, how to source for new opportunities. He's learning how to look for access to funds. He learns those things. In motivation, there's what's called intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. A lot of the things that we do as people, we are motivated by the things we see. By the things we see. So that child has learned those things for the first 5 years. Think about it when that child becomes 10 years old. He started going there when he was a baby. He already understands the thing by 10. Imagine when he's 20, guys, he already be a guru. When he's 30, he'll be a grandmaster. Tell me why he will fail. Tell me why that child will fail. And tell me why that child will be having, remember that he should braid hair. Is he not going to be thinking of how he can move his product? Because Japan and China are having problem. Where do I move my product to? Maybe US. Maybe I need to go to US and talk to the Chinese, the Japanese Chamber of Commerce in US and see how they'll favor me. Will you think you have time to be thinking about those things? And as it's in Japan, they call him on the phone and tell him that the production line did not produce today. Say, but what's going to happen? Oh, no. He'll be thinking of solution. When will he have time to braid hair? Or trying to say during post-Cold War, fighting and killing this person and all those things. I'll be talking about mundane things. Guys, I always say that, I'll say it again. Men are not chickens. Men, God designed men to think like eagles. In Igbo language, they say you don't see eagle often. How many of you see eagle on your street? How many on your street? Eagles have where they are. Their gaze, their eyes, their vision. That's how God designed man. Without vision, that eyes. So if you're thinking in that direction, thinking in that manner, thinking in that way, you don't be down, rattling on the floor, looking for food to eat on the ground like a chicken. I pray that God give us understanding to shape our children, shape our boys, mentor them so they can be legacy minded. So the business does not die. So families lose community. See, don't think that, I'm working. If you're working for pension, you're living a low life. So I told you. If you're working to live on pension, you're living a low life. If you're working just to work, only work and hoping that one day you're living a low life. God designed you more than pension. There's cure. We don't have cure for acute leukemia, guys. We don't have cure for acute leukemia. We don't have yet cure for HIV. There's so many things we don't have cure for. When will that product in you come out? In every man, there's something that God has put in you to bring out on the earth. That's the reason why we came here. And I always say to teenagers, I say it again. The parable of the talent. Bible says God gave one 5 talents, the one gave one 3 talents, and gave one 1. The one that did 5 doubled it. The one that did 3 doubled. The one that did 1, what did he do? He buried it. The Bible tells us that was said what they should take it from him and give it to the one that did well, and they should send him to outer darkness. In my understanding of that, that's hellfire. Now ask yourself, what is the correlation between talent and hellfire? What's that correlation? So we are not here to go to heaven. We're here to fulfill the God-ordained design and plan for our destiny. So that means if you don't fulfill your destiny and you remain stuck in that job for the rest of your life and you don't actualize anything, when you go to heaven, you're going to speak to your master. People are not going to go to hell because they don't speak in tongues, they're not religious, they do not go to church. They're going to go to hell because the ideas that God gave them, they did nothing about it. Because the businesses they should have invested in, that would have become the Airbnbs or the Ubers or whatever, they did nothing about it. Because the child that they should have invested in, like we see today, we celebrate Serena Williams and whatever, their father was the one that nurtured them to what they are today. Look at it. If you do nothing with the things that God gives to you, the ideas are nothing. The outcome is that seed will die. But that will not be the case of anyone here. That's my prayer. As you're listening, my prayer is that there will be a fire stirred up in you. That every boy that is in your life, anyone you come across with, you not just walk upon, even if it's not your child, there will be that burning desire to say, no, this child, no. You must align. And that is the mentality I have when I work with teenagers. That's the mentality. So a boy without substance becomes a man without capacity. A generation without leaders. That's why investing in a male child is investing in the future. Because they carry the seed. They carry the seed. So it's, like I said and I said again, this is not about preference over male or female. It's about understanding that God designed man in different capacities. So we have our role. So thank you very much, guys. I hope you have learned a thing or two. Before I begin to allow you guys to come on, like this, if you like what you've learned today, put a like on it, and what do you call it, and repost it. And if you long press on TikTok, you see how to repost it. Same thing with you on YouTube. Find a way to repost it or share it or send it to someone. Put it on your Facebook. Put it on your WhatsApp group. Just let people know, because the essence of why we're doing what we're doing is to create a community where we are sharing ideas, where we are making ourselves conscious or aware. That will help our businesses grow. That will help our jobs and whatever we're doing. With this mentality, we have there's a generation of people that don't like to say anything. Just when they do anything they know, they keep quiet. The Bible says, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And the Bible tells us that it's more blessed to give than to receive. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. You understand? To create an awareness or to spark the conversations so people can. So please don't feel shy. Come on, let's talk about these things and let's have a conversation. Remember what I said to you guys. If you want my free ebook, type on my bio, you see there. If you want to have a conversation with me, type on my bio, book a 10-minute conversation call. If you want to join our community, same thing. And like I said, remember, the Hair You Love sponsor this channel. This is 10 sponsor this live Love Family Podcast. But please go there, like them, like these channels, send a message, buy a hair. This 610 homes, we have properties for sale. We have lands for sale, 150 million. Feel free to invest. We also have investment properties in the UK, Nigeria. Feel free to invest or send a message and we can have a conversation around that. So we have investment properties in UK and in Nigeria. Love Family Podcast, please. We're having podcast episodes coming soon on that channel. Please feel free to stay tuned and you get this. Thank you very much for your takeaways. I can see that men are not chickens. Thank you very much, Ubasi. Thank you very much, Vembe. A man that is not properly raised will negatively impact his generation and the society may and the society. Thank you, my biggest takeaway. Thank you, Vembe, for saying that. So guys, I'm going to add you guys on the live. For as many that have shown interest, while I tried to put, I tried to send the link on Facebook, and for those that want to join from Facebook. So I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please feel free to come on the live. Don't be shy. Share, comment. Somebody can be someone's life. I might have said all I've said, but it's what you say that, what you might share that somebody might be blessed with. So please, come on. I've added some people that want to say a comment or two. Please go ahead and come in and let's hear your thoughts about it. So I'm going to post, what do you call it, on Facebook and YouTube as well. So for those that want to join through those channels, please join as well. All right. Copy the link. So yes, guys, come in and let me know what your thoughts are. For those that want to join, let us know what your thoughts are. Yeah, so let's not take this thing for granted. Let's I'm trying to put this on Facebook, sorry guys. For those that want to join. Yeah. Thank you for the likes. Thank you guys for always joining. I can see them. So many, I can't read them right now. Thank you. You're correct, sir. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate that. Yes. Thank you, Queen, for joining. Thank you, Sola, for joining. Benson, Glamorous, Janie, thank you for joining. Yeah, I posted it on Facebook. If you want to join, I hope that works. Send me a DM and use that link to join. For those that want to join on Facebook. Otherwise, preferably over to what do you call it, to TikTok. Search for my name, or so you can find me. All right, and we come on as we wrap up this. We're about to wrap this up. We just have some few minutes to wrap this up. Okay. If you want to comment, let me know. Send me a comment or two as we wrap this up. Yep. Yep. Okay. So guys, like I say, I just want to rehash some of the things I shared before. The whole idea is not to what do you call it? Okay. Sorry guys. Yeah. So sorry, please, sorry about that. Thank you, Sherry Say for joining. Thank you, Gideon Sharp for joining. Thank you, Asmani, for joining. Yeah. Sorry guys. The whole idea is not to, like I mentioned, what I said. The whole idea is not to put preference over one male child over the other. You know, or male children over female children. No, that's not the idea. The whole idea is having an understanding of the order of how God has created man. So feminists will not like what I'm sharing. People are not going to write. Some people might not like these things I'm sharing. But your opinion, sorry to say, is not important. You understand? What is important is how God wants it. You know. So and this is how God has designed it. If it's important, let us create. If you want to argue it, no good and fine. Let's create a village with only women inside and let us see the outcome. Understand? And create another village with men and women and let us see the outcome. So let us carry the feminism, what they call it, take it to one side. It's not a conversation that's relevant for what we're talking about. Remember what I said, that the whole idea of this thing is not to encourage suppression of women or encourage suppression of a daughter. No. And I emphasized it. And any man that is out to suppress their wife or their children, that is not a man. And I always say that a man has genitals or a penis or an organ does not make them a man. No. Some people have all these organs and everything, but in their mind, they don't have what it takes to be a man. That's why some people say you're not man enough. So you help you understand. It's not being rude to anybody or anything. No, it is the truth. Because a true man will be there for their son, there for their children, there for their family, there for their wife, or not be a coward to run away. No, you not run away. You'll be available for them to see that that child becomes who God has ordained for them to be there to see that child grows to be in God's ordained fashion. So as we wrap up, guys, I always thank you guys. Always thank you. I don't take it for granted for always joining this live every Sunday, 7 p.m. Always UK time. Much respect for you guys. Thank you, Father. Thank you for all that has been learned, all that has been shared. Thank you for always sharing the videos, liking it. Thank you, UBCCA. Not all men, all male are men. Yes, that is the truth. They should quote me, and I can prove it. You know, so not every person that you see, some, without due respect to some men, even the way they bicker, the way they talk about every single thing, you begin to wonder. No, sorry, I'm not trying to disrespect men, but what's going on here? Understand me? What's going on here? You know, just like in the words of the way Mr. Macaroni would say it, what's going on here? Like, what's going on here? What's going on here? You know, see, when I was in university, we were doing we were working on 50-year plans. 50-year plan. What will impact businesses in the next 50 years? Working on it. And a man will reduce himself and come down to be thinking of and be talking about rubbish thing, plating here, doing one or two. I don't know, man. I always talk about Bishop Edebo, and yes, some people might say it's religious, everything, but it's all about the vision. The Bible says, where there's no vision, people perish. The man is the orchestrator, the championer of vision. I say to people, if you want to marry a man and the man doesn't have vision, don't marry him. Don't marry that person. You'll be frustrated. Frustrated. Today we're in Japan. Let's tomorrow we're in. Let's relocate to Canada. Let's tomorrow. Let's go to Libya. Let's tomorrow. No. A man will be organizing the family, aligning, thinking, strategizing, planning for the children. Doesn't mean that the woman doesn't add. No, women are different. Maybe in this year, maybe I've not bought. Maybe I don't want to go down into some other things. So men, not everybody. I'm not talking about LGBT something. No. I'm saying that not everybody that has physical features as a man is a man. So as we wrap up, guys, I hope this is a call to action for everybody. So please, thank you very much to my wife for always taking care of the children while I'm doing this. Thank you very much to my PA for always organizing and doing all these things and working about. Thank you very much to my friends, my colleagues, and to all those that are always commenting, like sending comments, and everyone. Thank you very much. I say it's truly more important to mentor a boy child than a girl child, because he will grow up to a man to head a family and possibly a nation of communities. Very, very important. You mentor both of them. You mentor both the male and the female, but you should have an understanding of the mindset you give to the boy. The way I tackle my boy, maybe smart, the tackle, when I mean tackle, is not that I kick him physically, no. When I sit him down, the mind you give, the things you give to him, what you feed in his mind, you make him, he starts from this onset and start thinking. The Bible tells us that there were kings at 12 years old. Kings at 12 years old. 12 years old. You don't arrive there by accident. Imagine, you know what it means to be a king at 12 years old? Look at the royal family in the UK here. Go and meet that, I don't know their names, William or whatever, his son. I'm sure now that son, that one that I don't know, I think he says 12 years old. When you bring him and sit him down, his mentality will be royal mentality, kingly mentality. Kingly mentality. If you don't raise your children, the Bible says we are royal priesthood, ambassadors of Christ. If you don't raise them in that way, they will never think in that way. They will be grappling for salary, for pension. When inside them, another Uber is there. Or maybe inside them, a Tongome, another Dangote, or another EV car, or something was in them. But the father, because of the inability of did not do well, the child will not be patterning themselves after their parents. So I always say this thing: pursue excellence and success, not necessarily because of yourself, because like begets like. It's what you are. That's what your children will become. So let's be very careful. Thank you very much, guys. Drop your biggest takeaways. Share this live stream again and again, and again and again and again and again. So next week's topic will be communicated to you guys as when due. You'll see it out. Like I said, please feel free to go on my chat, on my what they call it, on my bio. You'll find a way if you want to have a chat about your business, because that's the whole idea, to help us to grow our business and grow our career, to transit from where you are. That's one of the things I do. I have that passion to transit from that your normal job to move out from that job to a job where you stop exchanging your time for money. Send me a DM and we can have that conversation. 10 minutes free. So I have an ebook. Please feel free to download it. There's a link on my bio as well. And if you want to join our community and where we're vibrant and thrive and have information, send a DM as well. So this live stream is sponsored by the Hair You Love. They do it premium human hairs, wigs, accessories, and all that. Please send them a DM. You can see them in the chat button. The Hair You Love is spelled DHAIRULUV. D, number D, then hair, then you. Sorry, hair, then you, then love. Then these 610 homes with property investment in the UK, property development in Nigeria, service accommodation both in UK and Nigeria. Please feel free to check them out. We have opportunities available in the UK. If you want to be a part of what we're doing, send me a DM and I can keep you abreast with what's happening in the UK as regards to property investments, and so that you know how you can invest or be a part of what we're doing. If you have money, I don't know what to do with it. If you're thinking of what to do with it, send us a DM, these 610 homes, and we can guide you and show you how to put that money into good use, guys. Until you start any money while you sleep, you are dulling, guys. I told you. When you earn money, your first money when you are sleeping, the difference is clear. That's true. That's the level you want to get to. That's where you want to aspire to. So, Love Family podcast episode coming out soon. So please stay tuned, and I wish you guys well. So as we wrap up, and I want to say this again. This is not a preference over male over female. I'll say it and I say it again because of feminist people that will be watching this channel or might watch this in the future. This is an understanding that God designed men differently and women differently, and that God gave role to a man differently and gave women their role. No one can exist without the other. These are the things. It's an understanding that a child needs a balanced home to succeed in life. So where possible, as much as possible, by every means, the Bible says, be at peace with all men. Be at peace with your husband so that that child can succeed. Be at peace with your wife so that child can have a balanced life. As a man, mentor your child. Wear them a different mentality, a warrior's mentality, a mentality to know that they have a big responsibility to move the generation family one level to another. So I hope that you guys are learning that. And remember what I always say, the wise always invest. Invest in yourself. If you like, go and buy Gucci shoes, Fendi bag, invest in everything. And you don't invest yourself, you're sitting on a long thing. Look at it here. These things are not for decoration. I read them. You understand? Invest yourself. You know, some people they go into shop and they overbuy. They buy they say, oh, I don't want to go. There's a bag that I think I forgot which shop was that. I only went in for one thing, but I ended up coming in with a full bag. That's not me. You understand me? If I go into there, it's what I'm going to buy, that's what I buy and go. But the only place where I have that kind of problem is in a bookshop. A bookshop. When I go into a bookshop, I'll end up buying books. I'll buy so many books. So what I do is I discipline myself that I'll only buy books that I'll read or books that I'll read so that I can go back again. I'm so excited whenever I'm in a bookshop because Bishop always says this thing. He traveled abroad and he came back home and his wife said to him, oh, what are the things you brought? He opened his box. One box, books. Open another box, books. Open another box, books. Wife said to him, is this all you brought? He said, yes, if I can consume the wisdom and knowledge in this book, I'll produce those things you want me to buy. Look at it today. Canaan Land, Governor University, Landmark University, Pet Academy, name it. Just name it, guys. The wisdom is locked up in this book. For instance, I mentioned this book and I mentioned it again. If you are a working class person, you have not read this book, you are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. Read this book so that you can stop running around helter-skelter. It will change your life. Can I go on and on? You know, this is another book. You are building a business from day one. You build this book with a mind. It says here, build to sell. From the day one, you are building it. You are building it in a mind that I'm going to sell it. How can you build a business? Can you see the guy put his leg? How can you build a business where you are not involved and that business is still going on? I'm here in the UK. My estate in Nigeria is still being built. How do you build that kind of business? That you build a business. I have properties in Darlington, I have properties in Mansfield, I have properties in Kent, in Essex, and they make money. I'm here. Guests are checking in and checking out. Guys, man, we're not talking about things that are far. We're talking about things that are low-hanging fruit, things that you can handle. Then go on. This is another book. We don't disrespect to every other race here. It says here, what is wrong with being black? Is there anything wrong with our community? Is there anything wrong with our minds? What is wrong with it? It's a very good book by Matthew Shimolowo. Check it out. Now this book will transform your life. Slight Edge talks about the importance of daily actions Daily action, importance of daily actions. Anything you're doing on a daily basis. If you're doing something on a daily basis in the wrong direction, it will not look as if anything is wrong. Before you know anything, it's because of the ripple effect and it has an impact. If you're doing something on the towards the positive side, it might look as if nothing is happening. If you keep doing it over time, that's what's called the slight edge. So look it up. For those that are wise, they'll be looking it up. They'll be typing it now to buy it. But some people might just say it's another book, and the problem will be inside here. There's a guy there in this book. In this book, I want to tell you the first few pages. A father was about to die and was going to will his property to his 2 children. And inside the book, he gave them a book, and the children did not know. And he put a check of $1 million in one part of the book, hoping that by the time they get towards that part of the book, they would have gotten wisdom that they were to know what to do with that $1 million. And he gave them the option that the option is to take the $1 million and invest it, and in a month's time, you make good use of that money. And he gave another option that he will give you $1 every day. The dollar will be doubling for the next 30 days. So one of them took the option of money doubling every day for 30 days. The other one took the $1 million. This book, the one that took the $1 million, we all know. Nothing came out of it. But the one that took the money to be compound interest happening every day. By the time he got to he was reading it, because he was reading the book, he got to where the father had kept money for him, and then he knew what to do with it. So books, those that read will keep leading. What Pastor Paul Enenche said, the one that reads, even if you're old, you'll still be growing. But the one that doesn't, you'll be diminishing. So very much, thank you very much, sir. Every of your session is educative and inspiring and exceptionally impactful. God bless you. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I think I've touched it all. And one of my favorite authors of all time is Bishop Oyedepo. So he's in pursuit of vision. David Oyedepo. And another man that God has used to transform my life is Wile Akoni. You can check him up. He has videos on YouTube. See here, the dignity of manhood, you know. So that's that, guys. I hope that you learned a thing or two. I always say to you guys, the wise always invest in yourself. If you invest in yourself, people don't pay you because you're beautiful or you look good or whatever. They pay because they've added value to yourself. Garbage in, garbage out. If you put value in, value will come out. God bless you. Peace, and I'm out. See you next Sunday, 7 p.m. God bless you all. Bye-bye.